Hey everybody. So I wanted to get on today and send out another update on what's been going on with me and with my back and all the challenges and all that's come along with it since I had my back fusion 3 years and about 4 months ago. So I think I put a video up about 2 years ago and was saying I was doing pretty good, and then come to find out I was having a lot more complications than I had expected. I really didn't even feel better than I had prior to my surgery, to be honest. And we didn't know why, so I had MRIs done, x-rays done, and doctors are saying, we don't know what's going on. We don't know. It could be arthritis. It could be you need to have another fusion and redo the fusion and go up another level because of arthritis. And for me, that's not good enough. For me, I wanted to know what was going on. And that's probably the hardest part about having a back injury is a lot of times these doctors, they don't know everything. They don't know what's going on because they don't feel the pain that you feel. They can kind of give you a good judgment call, but that's our responsibility as well, to be able to talk to several doctors, ask them really pinpoint questions, tell them exactly what's going on, tell them I need another MRI, I need another x-ray, I need another CT scan. I'm having pain. This is not an illusion. It's not in my brain. It's not in my mind. I'm not making this up. This is real for me. And when I had my fusion at 35 years old, I was, prior to that, an athlete my entire life. I was a personal trainer. I worked on cruise ships as a personal trainer for Princess Cruises. Just to give you an idea, I was a baseball coach, so my whole life was active and being in activities. And then all of a sudden, I have herniated disc, and then I have another herniated disc a couple years later, and then I have spondylolisthesis, which is, where the spine is moving forward. So finally, I got back then when I had about my fifth doctor give me an idea what to do. He told me he was going to do an A-lift where you cut me open through the front. He wanted to put in a new disc or spacer in my L5 with 3 screws, and then flip me over and cut me down in the back. L5S1 put in 4 screws and 2 rods. And so that way, at the end of that, I would have 7 screws, 2 rods, and basically a disc or a spacer, they call it. And I was supposed to feel better. So after that happened, I started trying to run again because like I said, I don't apologize for trying to get back to where I was, because I'm 38, going on 39 in about 2 months. And I'm still at an age where I shouldn't be breaking down and feeling like I'm 65 or 70 years old. So, and that's basically how I felt since I had my fusion 3 years ago. So what happened was I got several opinions, and finally a doctor where I'm from here in Sacramento area, he said, hey, and I told him my pain was right in the lower left side of my back, and nobody could tell me what it was. And he still doesn't really know, but so I had surgery a month ago yesterday, and what I did is I had the left side of my L5 they took out 2 screws. So these bad boys are probably 2 inches long. There's the 2 screws, and then they took out a rod, so the rod goes in between and just the lower left side. You see, those are some big boys. So, right now I'm just dealing with basically incision pain. I've been running, I've been jogging, I've been doing jump rope, I started doing squats again, and everything has changed because I took out the hardware on the lower left side. And I feel like what was happening was I was getting a lot of pain from these giant screws jabbing me in the back of my basically lower back muscles and causing a lot of pain and a lot of reaction. I couldn't stand for very long. I couldn't bend over very much. I'm 6'2", so everything I pick up off the ground is farther than most people. So at that angle, I'm picking up weights or whatever I'm doing, just housework or whatever we're trying to do. And after a few of those bending over, I'd have to lay down. I feel like, I can't stand up very long. This is prior to this removal of hardware. And then it happened, and then all of a sudden, I know for a fact I feel better. I know for a fact. Compared to the way I was before I had surgery, I had to deal with that fusion and all that hardware in my back for 3 years. without any understanding, without any doctor giving me a real answer. And then I said, yeah, take out the hardware. It's really non-invasive. It takes an hour. You cut open your old incisions and you just pull it out and boom, done. So they basically have to burn off some of the back muscle to get to the screws in the rod and then take it out. And basically all I feel right now is a little bit of like a sharp pain where the incision is. Of course, it's been only a month. And the guy's like, yeah, you're going to feel a little incision pain. They cut you, they cut you open. So, but I wanted to just come on here and update. I had a few people asking me to just kind of let them know how it's going on. Leave me a comment. I will respond. I know a lot of people have a lot of extraordinary circumstances when it comes to what they're feeling in their lower spine or in their spine at all. I had one doctor say he wanted to remove all the hardware and redo another fusion, go to the L4 with the L5S1 and just add another level. I'm like, that doesn't sound very right to me. So, I feel great, like I'm running, but my knee hurts. So, I'm 38 and all that. So I know I have arthritis in my knee, but I'm doing squats again on a rack on like weights. I did 155 pounds last week, four sets of 8 or 9, just regular barbell squats. And I had no reaction. I ran 2 miles, 2 out of 3 days. I did really hard jump rope. Just really trying to make my back like react because I wanted to, I want to know if it's better because everybody asks, is it better? Is it better? Well, it's hard to make a judgment call, but in my eyes, like right now, that's why I finally made a video is I can say truthfully that it does feel better than it did before. When you got these suckers sitting in your back and you're trying to bend over and, to think that they're not going to maybe create some sort of, reaction to, into your lower back muscles. That's the only explanation I have. They still don't really know. He didn't understand. Of course, I'm not most people with back problems. I'm not the guy who's going to sit on my butt until I'm 70 and just die old and feel like I'm 80 my whole life, because that's what I felt like. My back felt like I was 70 years old. I'm walking around. I'm always telling my wife I'm in pain. I feel like I can't do anything. And when you're 35, 36 years old, do you think that's really what your life is meant for the rest of your life? So I just took the initiative and said, we're going to figure this out. I don't care if I need another surgery. This is not right. I don't want to tell people I believe in fusion when I really don't. And then all of a sudden this happens and we get the removal. And now I feel like I can honestly say that I feel better, before I had the fusion. I feel better when I needed fusion. It's just, there's just too much darn hardware in your L5S1. When you have 7 of these screws sitting in your spine with 2 rods, you probably might have some pain. And thankfully, thank God, thankfully, I feel better. I do. I feel better. I can't run as hard because of my knee, but wow. So I'm starting to lose weight again. I'm doing other things. We kind of build a home gym and just want to do some things in there. So listen, if you're an athlete and you've always been active, at least you should try to be. If you have back pain, even if you have back pain, because people tell me, yeah, you probably shouldn't run. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be working out or doing any weights. Why? I mean, I'm 38 now. I'm not 70. I'm not gonna live my rest of my life slowly dying in pain without really giving it an effort. And finally, man, because I know a lot of people struggle with this, and a lot of doctors are still not 100% on what fusion can do for you or it can't do for you. I think every situation is different. Everybody feels something different, but this is just where I'm coming from, my story. And like I said, feel free to reach out to me. I appreciate you watching this video. If you have any questions or anything, like I said, I had an A-lift where they cut me through the front, put in 3 screws and like a spacer disc, and then flip me over. That was my first fusion. And then a month ago, they took out, 2 screws and a rod. And like I said, I've been doing deadlifts and squats and all of it. And I'm happy. I mean, I'm so excited. I'm going to say it again. I'm not going to slowly die because people say that you shouldn't be working out, you shouldn't be trying to run. every doctor said I shouldn't feel pain if I'm running just, 15, 20 minutes. And I was in pain all the time when I was running or jogging or like I said, bending over or just doing housework. Like, who wants to live that way in their 30s for the rest of your life? Are you kidding me? So if people, I'm an active guy, so I'm going to tell you, test it. Test it. If you're just in pain, do some muscle work, do something because you're going to probably feel worse by just letting it sit there and not strengthen it or anything. Of course, people do physical therapy and say that helps, but thankfully, here we are. So, thank you for watching. Reach out to me and let me know if I can help you in any way or answer any questions you have. I've had a lot of experience in this. A lot of experience talking to a lot of doctors, and man, it's been quite the journey. So thank you and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.